Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Ghostbake SuperCoach here with our round 9 review. And hallelujah, guys, we finally fucking done it. We've got green arrows. It only took what, a month? Wow, just yeah, finally bit of relief after going through the terrible, horrendous, disgusting shit last probably 3 weeks, where we've just fallen and fallen. Had a look at obviously the how most of the comp did this week and most teams, and overall pretty happy with it. We'll go through everything in a sec, but also there is some disappointment with some things as well that we'll need to go through and touch on, because as good as this is and as happy as I am with it, it could have been even better, and we'll explain how as we go through. But look, we're going to be pretty positive. We're not going to be cracking the shits over what could have been. We'll do our best to talk about what was really, really good. So as you can see, just shy of 2,400, 2,389 for the round rank of just under around the 7.5K mark. So there's a massive 60-something thousand ahead of where we were last week, and a massive overall rank jump of around 14K. So yeah, so much better. Majority of the year we were hovering between 30 and 40K. The last 3-4 weeks have been dog shit, but that's a big jump. So look, super happy with that. Like I said, the team's been doing what I want it to do in terms of the players and buy structure I'm getting. They just weren't scoring the points. But overall, I am liking the team. Got our trade plans already over the next couple of weeks as the buys are coming, and our structures, actually, I'm really happy with it. We're not overloaded on any one buy, and we've got some options. So look, if your round rank is 7.5K, it's pretty decent, and we jumped roughly 14K in the overall rank. So yeah, look, super happy with that. Finally got a decent week, but we will explain how it could have been even better as we go through. All right, so here's the team from the weekend, and look, we're going to start off with the pig, Archie Roberts. Now, we went early on him, or not early, I guess. If you early would be starting with him at the start of the year, which would have been fucking great, but went as that pod, bit of fun play, worked for the buys, looked at his run, and we brought him in against the Lions. He snuck in just on the ton, exactly 100 last week, which we were super happy with. That's what we wanted. But this is what we thought he could do, especially with no tag from Bedford or one of these guys that they like to use. And yeah, I was out all Saturday at local footy, so I did not see this until around 8:30 at night. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. I actually was slowly scrolling up, and I thought, oh shit, did he get, was he laid out? Did he not play? Until I scrolled all the way to the top, and 151. He's just the pig doing pig things. This is the one. This is what we wanted. Same way he did it against the Pies. 40-something touches, 42 touches, I think. And yeah, he's got a juicy run coming. Got the Dockers this week, who aren't the best at defending, at stopping defenders from getting points. Then it rolls into Richmond, West Coast. I think there's Melbourne and North are in there as well. Melbourne, he went really, really good against as well. So really keen to have him and happy to have him as a pod. If we didn't go him, we were going to go Naz a couple of weeks ago, and with given what had happened this week with Naz being laid out and possibly out this week too, very happy we made that call. Finally, some things going our way. Lockie Whitfield came in with a bit of an injury cloud. He got his Achilles knocked at training. Heard he had a bit of the flu or a bit of illness or something to deal with as well. So it actually means that we did pivot in our trades, which I will go through soon. But Whitfield, a 133, top scored for the Giants. Yep, even with one leg and the flu or whatever it was, being sick. Essendon are still shit and easy to score against. So super happy with that. Obviously didn't get to see it in the game, like I said before. So it's one I'm going to have to go back and watch. Sinclair up in Darwin, bounced back like we wanted him to, a 117, back to being super solid. Can't believe he actually went all the way down to 532k. It's a bargain if you don't have him. But yeah, 117, averaging 111. This is exactly what we wanted. Got the Tigers this week. Should be another good solid game. So yeah, super keen for him to keep that up. And yeah, super happy with the back line so far. Lockie Ash got confirmed during the week. He's going to be more midfield time. They're not going to shy away from it. That's where they want him for the foreseeable future. So he didn't quite get over that. He usually hits like the 28, 29 plus sort of disposals. 23, but this time tonned up. So he must have done something decent with it. He's obviously got the speed, and he's got the ball skills. So he's doing enough in there. I'm happy with if he can get 110s every week. I'm very happy with that. His floor is still pretty decent. You don't expect anything below really an 85 from him. So yeah, super happy with that, and a good bounce back game for him and to get the ton again for us. So that's good. Jordan Clark, Freo doing fucking Freo things. Usually it's Sarong that's giving me the shits, but this, again, Jordan Clark he had I think it was a 5-point first quarter. Then he went on to get a good 30 points in the second. So was up to if he has another 2 quarters like that, he should go close. Then he had like a 3-point third quarter and was shit again. Somehow managed another 30-odd points to get to 72. But fucking hell, man. Frustrating as he's just not reliable like he used to be. I don't know what it is. He's got the Bombers this week. Surely, pretty sure it's under the roof. So there's no excuses. He's got to be able to score a ton this week. Like, this bloke was so consistent last year, so very disappointing. And the weakest piss player from our backline this week. So, yeah, it was a bit of a weird start on Thursday, and yeah, this was the sour part of it. So, hopefully he bounces back against the Bombers. Lindsay made heaps of cash. He's up to 378 now. He might overtake fucking Clark by the end of the year. But yeah, solid again as under the roof at Marvel. Kick-in duties. He's just solid, like 20 points a quarter sort of player. Happy with that. Averaging 76 and 81 you take every day of the week from a rookie. It's just reliable. Good buy cover as well. So I'll hold him for as long as I can until I'm ready for that last upgrade in the back line. But the rest of the back line's pretty solid, except for Jordan Clark. So happy to keep him on field for the next few weeks as we'll sort of discuss our future trade plans in the video later in the week. But he's one you can sit there and field and be comfortable. Carroll, 43, bit disappointing, but it's sort of what he churns out. He's gone over, he's averaging 56.8. He's gone over that a couple times and then around it a few times and then below it a couple times. So you never know what you're going to get from him. The old Forrest Gump box of chocolates is Jack Carroll. But yeah, as a bench option, he's going to be firmly in our trade plans this week, which, like I said, we'll discuss that later in the week. But for now, 43, not great. His money's gone up, which is good. Break even's at 76, but he does play the Tigers, so every chance that he could go that and maybe not lose too much cash or at least get close to that break even. Perez, not named, just dud player at the moment. Don't know if he'll get back in. Barris is out. Don't know if that means Scrimshaw just comes straight back in or whoever. They're playing around a bit at the moment, the Hawks. So hopefully he can get back in the side because I don't think he was bad when he got dropped. It said managed and now he just can't get back into the team. So hopefully he's one to get back in soon for us. Zachy Butters gave us a bit of a scare, just a little bit, with a big hit on Fraser, but he managed to escape suspension. Don't even think he got a fine, which is something for him because he pretty much pays fines weekly at this. It's on a payment plan for fines until next year when he gets his 2 mil. But the choice was between Butters and Bont, and I just thought Butters would be the safer option at Adelaide Oval with Bont still coming in under injury cloud. That won't be happening, and I'm not worried about any injury cloud that Bont has, because since he's had it, he's gone like a 135, a 118, and a 163. So he's doing better than when he had 2 legs and he dropped the 60s and the 80s. So I think we just got to back him in. But Butters was on track for a monster score, and then sort of the last quarter he really slowed down. He actually got scaled up a lot because he did, when the game was close, he got a clearance and then went and got a 1-2 again and sent it in the forward line. So he went up a shit ton of points for that. Other than that, he had done nothing in that last quarter. So yeah, bit lucky with that last one, but he did start like a house on fire. I think it was on like 50 at quarter time. Bont was a bit slower, but Bont just does Bont things. I think if you don't have him, you got to jump on him now because we knew we'd go back up. Got the Blues this week, so be interesting to see how he goes against them. But yeah, like 163, especially, this is where the non-owners won't be bragging about having him, not having him, because when he's dishing up that, it's a bit hard to compete with, especially for the ones that were brave enough and chucked the captaincy on him. Well done. Dacos, we knew this was coming. We knew the tag was coming. And just, 67 is about what we expect. We'll get James Jordan this week. Now, James Jordan has sort of slowed down a little bit. He went to Sheasel for a bit and then LDU on the weekend, and LDU still finished. Mind you, LDU had a decent score at halftime anyway, but LDU still smashed it. Bont smashed James Jordan as well. And by memory, early last year, Dacos just absolutely burnt James Jordan. Like, I think he got a 130 or 140 against Sydney, and then everyone jumped on trading him in the week after, including me. And I just think that I'm not expecting another 67. I think there is the potential he does ton up and put up a good score because he has burnt Jordan before. So it'll just depend. Still, not the safest of options, but I think he can bounce back. So, 67. Oisin Mullen's done great jobs on. He's done a good job on Butters in the past. This year, not so much, but Bont and Dacos he gave an absolute bath to. Very solid. Callahan, 100 flat. Probably expected a bit more. A lot of people jumped on him this week, and I think we were expecting around his break, even that 120 sort of mark. Like I said, didn't see the game. Saw he had 30 positives, so I'm not sure if he just didn't use it well or if they were a bit cheap. I'm not sure, but look, we'll take 100. At least it's a ton. Hopefully he can start pushing his average to go back up. Got the Eagles this week. It's a good run. Hopefully, I don't see anyone that can go with him from there. So, I'd say he's pretty solid option this week. So we'll keep an eye out for that. But we'll take the 100. Caleb Sarong finally realised that if you're hungry for the ball and you actually work to go get the fucking thing, you'll get it. Watch this game. His third quarter, he just kept getting touch after touch or tackle after tackle. He was everywhere. He was working hard. He was getting on the end of it. He was using the ball properly. And, a lot of contested work. And, it's one of those things where it doesn't make sense. Against poor teams, he couldn't get a ton. Like West Coast got 90 and fucking shithouse the week before. A 118 against the Hawks is very decent. And he's got the Bombers this week, so that probably means he's going to score shit. But at least this week, he was able to deliver for us. We'll take a 118 for sure. Him and Callahan getting close to getting their averages back up to over 100. So we know that they're better players than that, especially Callahan. So we just want them to keep doing that. Murdoch, love this bloke. Love watching him play. This is a bloke that just loves every minute he's out there. He puts 100% effort in. He was their best mid. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. He was their best mid. He was near the top of the SuperCoach board all day. On 68% TOG. what the fuck are you doing, McQualter? Play him more. Like, I think he's got a tank. I don't think he's that gassed that he should be playing under 75%. I think between 75 and 80, and you're golden because he gets the ball and does things with it. 93 off 68% game time is awesome. He's now hit over the 300k, break even still low. And yeah, we got the Giants, so we'll see how he goes there. But yeah, he's super solid. Paddy Reshko, 72, looked really, really good in the first half, especially first quarter. I think at halftime he was on like 43, so I was like, oh, we're on track for like an 80 plus. Died down a little bit as the Crows sort of took over, but he works his ass off as a winger. He goes and helps the defense, and yeah, he's just been a solid pick. 56 is being his worst score last week against the Eagles, which is a bit ironic because he should be scoring more against them. But yeah, loving the pick, and he's doing his job. Still got plenty more money to make, so we'll keep him going. And I think he's a solid on-field option as well. Oh, Sam Cumming. Sometimes Cumming isn't a good idea, as good as it feels. But yeah, I knew. I'll talk about my trades, and I had two options if you recall the video. It was do the double downgrade and get two Tigers, get Burton and Cumming in, and that way we can get the forward that we sort of wanted that suited our buy structure more, which was Zach Bailey, obviously with a good matchup against Carlton. And I was tossing up between that. I could have, if I chose to get rid of Tanner Bruin, and I think I got rid of Blamires and Grill. So if I got rid of those boys, I would have been able to get McCluggage and Took Miller in that both got 100 pluses. So we'll get to Bailey. We know and they got a 75. So those two combined didn't even get what McCluggage got in his own. So this is what I mean by our trades let us down. Obviously, in the long run, money-wise, it might not be the worst option, and hopefully Cumming can bounce back. But yeah, we left probably a 2,500 on the table, which that would have helped us tremendously if we were able to get that score. So decided to do the safe thing instead of taking risk, which someone in my position probably should have just taken the risk. The reason we did it was we've got 100. We did have more in the bank, but in regards to my trade, Farrow was originally out, so I had about 180 odd thousand in the bank. But with news that Whitfield could potentially be laid out, and with Todd Marshall obviously out, I pivoted and traded Marshall out and did some maneuvering. So I've got about 135k in the bank for next week. And the reason I did that is I just wanted options in case. The main thing I'm having the options for is McAndrew. If he gets rested, which now I don't think he will. He's got 2 weeks till his bye. I think they'll play him till his bye, and let him sort of get his rest then. Which by then he'll be gone for us. Just in case, though, there was an injury or they decided to rest him or he was getting shit tog, I wanted some money in the bank so that I could go, if I needed to, pull the trigger on Bruin out, and then I've got some money and money in the bank to get up to a primo ruck, your Sherry, your Grundy, your Luke Jackson type. So I wanted that option because if I did the McCluggage and took Miller trade, I would have had no dollars in the bank. I would have like 2k, and then I'd be absolutely fucked to do anything to try and get McAndrew up to anyone decent. Was looking at Tim English too as a bit of a value ruck, but with the concussion, not liking the look of that. So yeah, but the option's there. So at least we've got that option, and we can still go one up, one down. And we did get the forward with the buy structure we wanted, and hopefully Cumming has a bounce back game because 32, he had 8 touches and a goal. That's not going to cut it. And had I known, yeah, probably not the best option. As I just said, Farrow, we had a choice between him and Blamires to keep. I just thought, well, Farrow against the Giants, defenders are usually decent with point scorers against them. And then if I did need to keep Farrow a bit longer, he's got the better run coming. And I don't think his job security is better than Blamires, who's already been dropped this year. I thought, yeah, he'll get close to his break even. Saw the 48, so it's not great. Break even's up to 80, so he's going this week. We're not gonna fuck around with it. Anderson was looking dog shit early. I did see a bit of this game. It was looking really bad. Look at the 16 again, and then kicked a goal. His TOG was really low. It was like in the 50% range. But then somehow managed to scrounge his way up to a 60. So well done. If he can stay in the team and keep doing things like that, yeah, hopefully that helps and he can keep building up. I want him to get up to that 300k mark. And we're seeing now, other than that one score of 20, he's been at least 60s. So not too bad. Burton started really well. I think it was on like 18 or so at quarter time. And then, yeah, just couldn't get near it. Hopefully not on the chopping block. Richmond got another injury, so hopefully he holds. Spoke to my mate at work who's a diehard Richmond supporter, and yeah, he doesn't think that anyone will be out of that team. They're not really getting anyone back in, so yeah, hopefully Burton holds and he can keep making money because, yeah, 33k is good start, but we want more. Big Maxi, 134. I told you in our preview video, I thought he could go big. I said he could kick a bag. He took a fucking contested mark in the last quarter and they didn't pay it, and it is the most obvious, clear mark you could see. So I do not understand why they didn't pay that. That would have been, it was in the pretty much the goal square. He would have kicked his second goal. He's not a forward. Melbourne need to use him more. They're pissed. He's standing in the goal square with Jinby on him, who's fucking half his size, and they wouldn't kick it to him. They were chipping it short and trying to hit up Fritsch and Van Roy and all this. Just kick it on Max's head. You kick it to him down the line. Why wouldn't you kick it to him in the goal square when he's got one bloke there? Yeah. Anyway, he got a lucky goal given to him by Steele. Steele could have ran in and kicked it. He gave off the hands to Gawn. Gawn also kicked two behinds. But yeah, when he was rucking, we knew he'd demolish Duff Tytler and Bailey Williams. So yeah, we did predict a high score. Bit nervous about how it goes now because he's got the Hawks. So at least he was able to deliver a massive score for us with a 134 this week. So we'll take that. McAndrew, 84, hit exactly what his average is, 84.4. But I expected a bit more. I watched the first half of this game and he took a few intercept marks and I thought, yep, he's doing well. He's winning the hit outs. Checked and he was on 11 at quarter time. So I don't know what the go is with that. Maybe I wasn't noticing that he was turning it over, but it didn't look like it. Maybe a few of his hit outs were sharked. I don't know. But yeah, I thought he'd be getting a ton for sure. 84, you take it. He's still a rookie at the end of the day. Got big Tristan Sherry this week, so that'll be interesting. But as long as he's playing, we'll keep him into the buys. But we've got an option to pivot if we need, and then we've got to look at a ruck to bring in if we had to. Sheasel, 126, was getting that James Jordan tag. They released it and sent Jordan to LDU, and then Sheasel started cleaning up. I only saw the first half of this game, and Sheasel was just doing okay. So obviously did a lot better in the second half. But yeah, 126, he's just killing it. Petrarca apparently got tagged by Stocker. Once again, didn't see this game, but a 90 when you're getting tagged up in Darwin, not the worst. He can do better. That's pretty much his floor score other than his injury score. And he had a bit of attention on him. He's fine. He's F1 or F2. We got nothing to worry about. If that's your floor, you're fine. Bailey, disappointing. Did a couple of really good things early. He was on sort of track, and I was mainly watching him in McCluggage, hoping that he could stay at least close. But yeah, third and fourth quarter did fucking jack shit. I think after halftime he only got 26 points. Knew that was sort of the case, but he can score really, really well, and by structure wise it just worked out. So not hating it, but it's not the best on debut, unfortunately. So I feel like the past weeks the trades we've done have been really good trades. Like the trade-ins have been good, but the team's done shit, and this week the team's done great and the trade-ins were shit. So bit opposite, but I guess you'd rather the trade-ins be shit and the team do really well. Flanders, people jumped off him, and this is what happens when you jump off a primo. Same as Sarong, I held both, and I will hold no matter how shit my primos are. Jordan Clark, talking to you. I'm just holding because this is what they can do. Maybe it was Naz not being there. I don't, like I said, didn't see it, so I don't know. But a 120 from Flanders, solid. We know he's capable of this stuff. He just hasn't been consistent. But yeah, you got to be super happy with that. Cook again. We knew we had the matchup, but this bloke just keeps doing it. 80s plus every week lately. He just works his ass off. He helps the defense. Same as Reshko, but like a bit more pizzazz and a bit more flash about him. Yeah, and he's just a great ball user too for the most part. So he's edging closer to the 400k break, even still in the 40s. Don't know if he'll get to the 400k, but it'd just be awesome to see him get there because he's been so solid. So, yeah, he's definitely one as well that we'll look to keep until the buys because I think he can do really, really good things until then. Philippou, 58. Didn't see the game, as I said, but the TOG's still up. There was 80% TOG. He just didn't kick a goal. You know, it seemed like a bit of a Met kind of game overall. He's got the Tigers this week. I think he's fine to hold, and I think he's fine to field. If his TOG's at the 80%, which is now it's 2 weeks in a row, you'd imagine it's going to be like that next week. So, yeah, I think he's fine again to hold and to keep on your field for this week especially. And, yeah, hopefully he can put up another 80-odd and keep the cash gen going and a good on-field score. Lombard, he looked like he was doing pretty poo. Kicked the goal and got his way up to 57. He's back in his 50s. Hoping for a 60 plus, but didn't quite get there. He's been better. We think he'll hover around the 250 sort of K mark. I'm not sure what his break even is this week. I haven't had a chance to look yet, but yeah, not too bad. Oscar Steen, not great, 38. Didn't like it when Edwards got dropped and Stanley came in. I didn't think he'd do that great. I thought against Edwards he could have bullied him a bit and used that athleticism. He's obviously just going to keep playing. They've got Grundy this week and the Swans, so they're just going to double team with Decam and Steen. So he's fine just sitting there. I don't think he'll make too much more money, but he's made 100k, so done a job. He's there for a bit of flexibility too if we need to swap him through the ruck or whatever. So yeah, hasn't been the greatest of picks, but not too bad overall. We sort of jumped on him early when we thought Decam was going to maybe even get dropped for him, but at least he's still playing, still consistent, and still in the team. Tanner Bruin, 76. I watched him have a shot at goal, and he was horrendous, and it went out in the full. Yeah, can kick around the ground, just not at goal. Not really doing the half-back roll anymore. He hasn't done it for the last couple of weeks, really. He's getting a lot more CBAs and then going to the half-forward for a rest. Ideally, would like to get rid of him, but I think as on-field options, he's still solid enough to give you around the 70-plus range, which for now is still good. I think I'll hold him for one more week, but just because I think there's a better option to get rid of and we can still get the player we want. So I think, yeah, we'll keep him for one more week as an on-field option. But yeah, we'll talk about the players we're looking to trade in later in the week. But that was the team. Very, very happy overall. Like I said, probably left at 2,500, which is a bit annoying. But the main thing is getting the team score and moving up the ranks. And hopefully we can build on this because it was a solid week. And we'll take the positives. So yeah, that's our round review. Stay tuned during the week, as I've said, for our trade video, and we'll look at sort of go through the plans for the week because I don't think they're going to vary too much. I think I'm pretty set on what I want to do going forward for the next 3 weeks at least. But we have pivot options if obviously needed as well. But yeah, other than that, don't forget to jump on to SuperCoach Pro's channel on Wednesday nights where we do our live stream that's going to be regular, the Hump Day Pump Up. Been enjoying doing that and love doing as much of this as possible. This week it feels a lot better having a decent score. So that's helped. But obviously, let us know if the sound quality's been good. I'll listen to it myself. Apparently it dipped last week. I had a bit of a mic issue, but pretty sure I fixed it. So hopefully you're hearing this in crystal clear sound. But yeah, as always, please give us a like and a subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And follow us on Twitter, ghost_bakes. Yeah, just keep the love coming in. We're going to keep doing content all year anyway. Keep collabing with other legends in the content space. But as we said, having a ripper year. This has been my favorite week so far because we're actually starting to do something. But yeah, hope you guys all scored well. Hope you are keen as fuck for their coming rounds. Get ready for the buys coming up so we can talk about a bit of buy structure as well in future videos. But as always, like, subscribe. Thanks so much, and stay tuned for the rest of the week as we've got more content, guys. Enjoy. Catch you in the next one. See you guys.